pumped about this. That's because if you looked up badass woman in the dictionary, our next guest's picture would be right there, staring at you on the page. Ronda Rousey is the first American woman to medal in the Olympics in judo. She's an MMA champion, the first female fighter inducted into the UFC Hall of Fame, and now you can add author to her list of titles. She has a graphic novel out, Expecting the Unexpected, and she joins us at the gdla-plus table.
Yes.
+1.
Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Glowing.
Yeah, you look gorgeous.
Thank
you. Yeah, it's a lot different situation than last time I was on here, which was I came this close to peaking Mike Tyson. It was the first time I met him, and he called me champ, and I was like, oh, this is great. I should have known. I went out for bad sushi the night before.
No.
Yeah, an ex-boyfriend took me there. I should have known. It was like the first sign.
He's trying to poison you.
Yeah, and then 5 a.m. I had to come out here, and I was like so close to like throwing up Mike Tyson, but only threw up in your parking garage. So I'm really sorry about that. And I just came back here to let you know that whoever had to clean that up, I apologize.
A lot of stories that happen in our parking garage. A lot of things happen in our parking structure. Right? So yeah, we could write a book about that one day. How are you feeling?
No, I'm good. Just like, you know, rotund. I'm like at the point where like sitting up and laying down is like a big deal, but the nauseous part, I think I'm in like the second trimester.
Yeah, that's the easy one. Well, not for everybody, but God bless for you.
Yeah.
You're about to have 2 girls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Two girls and 2 boys. So I'm evening the odds because it's all a house of boys at first, and now it's like someone else is going to have their ties, you know.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so let's talk about your graphic novel and the tagline. I love it. A deadly hit woman with a bounty on her head who must fight off wave after wave of assassins, all while learning she is newly pregnant.
Yeah.
A pregnant assassin sounds exhausting.
It was basically my way of coping with the anxiety of trying to get pregnant with my first baby, and like, you know, not being confident with my ability of, am I good enough to be a parent to this kid? Should I be bringing a child into a hostile world? Can I keep her safe? And so it was all those kind of insecurities that I poured into this, which my mom actually used to write fantasy novels when we were kids. She still does. It's just for fun. And they would always be like based on our family and what we were going through at the time and how she would like deal with things.
Yeah.
And so I always loved reading her novels and seeing everything from her perspective and seeing the character that was me.
Right.
You know, like, who's me? I want to read me.
Yeah.
And, so it was kind of like that, like to leave for my daughter to read one day to see what I was going through at that time.
That's great.
And now it's a comic.
If anyone can keep a kid safe, it's you. Because you're badass, right? As we've been saying.
Thank you. But it's kind of like an extra, like, embellished version of, instead of you're pregnant and no one's helping you, you're pregnant and everyone's trying to kill you. And, you know, it's to the nth degree of dealing with those same issues of insecurities of, like, do you think you're capable of being a mom?
Before, I mean, that is, right? That is a psychological, you know what. But before you became a mom, you were fighting in the ring, but then after you became a mother, does that hit you differently now? Like, right? What do you have in your head when you...
It just puts everything else into perspective. Yeah. And it used to be that, like, fighting and all of this stuff and my career was the most important thing in the world. And now, like, the most important thing in the world is her. That's right. And everything else just seems so much less important. And everything that I do is for her and for her life and for her future. And my mom always said, don't have kids young. She, of course, got like married and like at 19 and had kids young and had, you know, 3 kids and 3 jobs at the same time. And so I wanted to be able to get my career stuff done and then be 100% present for her. So luckily I'm like getting to enjoy like mom on the easy setting instead of like the expert setting, which is in this comic, and you know, just being able to be with her every single day and being able to have this next baby and not having to worry about going back to work right away and being crazy like my mom and going and winning the US Open 6 weeks after having a baby.
Wow. My goodness.
Oh my gosh. She's remarkable.
She needs her own book. She needs
I was just going to say, that's a story.
Well, there's a reason that you are who you are, you know?
Right.
It's a lot I hard work, too. Okay, you're going to stick around. We're going to, we have so many questions. We're going to be right back after the break.
Look at that. Expecting the unexpected.
I love that.
A movie cover.
I love it.
Hopefully it will be.
I was just going to say, this could
It does, yeah.
Long Beach on this beautiful Monday morning. All right, we are talking with Ronda Rousey here in the house, our +1. So excited to have you, and we're just coming off the Paris Olympics, right? And just watching all those athletes compete and you having your experience winning the bronze, what emotions come up in you now that you're kind of watching from the outside?
I don't know, it's like a lot of nostalgia. It seems like another person ago. I was 17 at my first Olympics. I was the youngest judoka in the whole Olympics, and I got a bronze in the next one. And I was expected to come back, you peak in your mid-20s in judo, and I was going to be 25, and I was coming in as a favorite to win, and I was like, nah, I'm going to go do MMA. And everyone was so mad at me. I'm glad I didn't do it, but I always wish I could be a spectator and just go to watch.
And watch.
Something happens every time. We were going to go to Japan, and then COVID hit. Yeah. And we were wanting to go to Paris, but I'm like pregnant, and dealing with all this. So maybe LA.
LA is the time to do it. I always wonder, okay, because we're watching the Olympics, not even as spectators, we're watching it at home. What goes on behind the scenes? I would just love to be a fly on the wall. You're smiling, because I know you've got some story. Like, do you guys go, ooh, there's the guy from Germany? Or it's like, ooh, I want to get her autograph. Like, do you fangirl over other athletes? Like, what is the behind the scenes like in Olympic Village?
I think you more scope out the other sports.
You do.
You're like, oh, like the water polo. Like this sport or whatever. We're like, oh, these people are like, everyone from Netherlands is super cute or something.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Do you get to hang out and go get drinks afterwards? I mean, you were young, but I mean.
Well, my first Olympics, my mom made me come home right away. Yeah. As soon as I was done, she's like, you're not partying, coming home. Yeah. My next Olympics, I was 21, and I was staying the whole time. Yeah. And so different teams have sponsors that have clubs. So they'll have the Heineken House was the Dutch or the Netherlands had that, so all the Olympians can go and drink for free. I think we had the Bud, a Bud Light thing or whatever, but so after you're done competing, everyone has all this pressure on them and suddenly have nothing but time and free drinks at wherever they want to go. So there's a lot of mingling after. In the Olympic Village stays in the Olympic Village.
Yeah, I love that. It's like the Vegas overseas.
Okay. And speaking of your mom, gosh, you come from a lineage of great genetics and smarts, and your mom did it all, gosh, a perfect SAT score, you said, at 16, became this world champion in judo as well, and then here you come along, succeeding in all of that too, and then now your kids. I mean, what do you say and expect for your kids? What if they came to you and they want to achieve all the best as well?
Are you asking if she's a tiger mom?
That's a lot of pressure, to come from that lineage. Yeah.
I think it's true. We're not really tiger moms. My mom encouraged all of us to do whatever we were interested in, but you have to be the best at it. And so me and my sisters, we all do very, very different things, but we're all the best at what we do.
Your best.
But my boys, they're really great at football. They want to be in NFL, and I don't know what Poe wants to do. She's 2 and just likes the color green. But yeah, I don't know. I know that I hear a lot of momisms coming out of my mouth, and they'll repeat them back to me.
Like what? Do tell.
They'll injure something, they'll hurt their toe, and I'll be like, you got 9 other toes.
Right. Get up. And you have 9 others.
Anything they hurt, I'm like, you got another one. Hurt your elbow, you got another elbow, or something like that. So they're very tough about injuries. And
would you let them play tackle, the boys?
I mean, they do. There's 17. There's 16 and 17.
Oh my gosh.
So they tower over me now. My little boys. I have to crane my neck to look up at them, but I remind them I can still beat them up.
That's Don't mess with mom.
You become I have to tell you that at some points I have used you as an adjective. And I sometimes there was this one instance where this guy kept bumping into me on a carpet and not saying sorry and bumping into me, and I turned to him and I said, I'm gonna get all Ronda Rousey on you in a second if you keep bumping me. I mean, it's just this universal thing where people know I'm not messing around.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm so happy to be a verb.
Yeah, you're a verb, you're an adjective and everything. What do you think is really important for women? Because I think you're the perfect blend of femininity and force. Yeah. What do you think is something that you would want to stress for women, that you can be both, and you can have both?
Oh, femininity and force? I mean, I think you don't have to portray weakness or stupidity to be feminine. You know, my family, everyone's very, very strong, very, very smart, and I felt like those are feminine traits. You don't have to like dumb them down, which I was very guilty of. I was teased a lot in high school for being muscular, and I would wear like zip-up hoodies to cover my arms no matter how hot it was outside. And it wasn't until I was like in my 20s I started being like, you know what, I look amazing. I started being able to like show it off. But I think that's just every kid when they go through their teens are just self-conscious and things like that. But I don't think you should ever try to be less for anyone else.
I agree.
What do you have in your head as you're raising specifically 2 girls? Because I feel like it is a different world for girls than it is for boys in this world. It can be sometimes, you know, a bit more predatory for women than it is for men.
I think teaching girls that you don't have to please everyone, that it's okay to say no.
That's right.
Oh my gosh,
it's always like, oh, you want to be able to placate everybody, you want to make everybody happy, and Poe has no problem saying no, so we're having a really great time with that
and
one.
no is a complete sentence. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly.
It is. Yeah. She's 2 though, so hold on to that.
Yeah, we've gone as far as no. She's doing great.
It took me until last year to just be able to say no and not have to say because of no, thank you.
And to stop apologizing for everything too.
Why do we do that as women?
Right? I know.
Where does that come from? Honestly, I really think back, like, why are we so overly? Don't even Carlos. I see him.
Stop it.
Why do we always feel like we have to, nurture everyone's feelings and put ours last? And
That's right.
I don't know where that comes from.
Well, I also wonder about, the new generation of Olympic athletes, or just athletes in general, especially women. I was reading that after the Olympics, you came home with the medal, first female, and then you were working odd jobs just to pay the bills. It's like, come on, let's support our athletes, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not a career. You have to be a special kind of like weird, I think, to want to be the best in the world at something that you can't make a living from it.
Right.
And so you devote your whole life to it, and then after, a lot of people get like post-Olympic depression. They feel like, once I get this medal, my whole life is going to change and it's going to make everything better, and then you just go back to your life and nobody cares. And I was bartending after I won my bronze, and it was something like, you mention it and it's like, oh, I collect stamps. Oh, I won an Olympic bronze medal. You know, it's just like an interesting fact about you.
A party to think.
Yeah, but it won't help you get a job.
Wow,
it doesn't. You have like no work experience because you've been training. It really hurts your education a lot of times with Olympic sports. A lot of times they don't offer college scholarships for that. For like judo, there's very few.
Right?
And you don't really make any money from it, even medaling. Like in my day, back in my day, I think I bitched about it so much that they stopped taxing the money that you make from winning an Olympic medal, because I used to tax it, but I spent my whole life trying to win this bronze medal, and I got $10,000 that I was taxed on that I couldn't even buy a used Honda with. You know?
Wow. And I think in France they're taxing the medals. Here in the United States they don't, but
but they used to, but I think I had to do with me.
Honda should have given you one and just called it the Honda Rousey, okay? They should have capitalized on it. You should have gotten a free Honda and anything you wanted when you came back. You made us proud.
Thank you very much. But I think now they don't tax it, but I wish that there was some sort of like help for Olympians afterward, like job placement or anything like that. And it's kind of like, thank you for your medal, have a nice life.
Represented the country.
The sacrifice, the dedication, the time that it takes to get ready for something like that. It's incredible.
And tax you pay to get there, don't you? Pay for your own airfare. And
I mean, it costs so much more money than I made, but that's one reason why I started doing MMA, because there was no job, nothing for me to segue to with the skills that I had in judo, and MMA existed but not for women, and I wanted to be able to do what I love for a living, so that's why I had to create a career for myself in MMA, and luckily that led to being able to do WWE, and now for the first time in my life I'm able to do something that doesn't depend on hurting my body. And I can write and write about these kind of things that I learned along the way, but it's crazy. I never thought I would become a writer or a screenwriter. I sold my biopic screenplay to Netflix.
That's amazing.
And
that's major.
That's huge.
We're going to talk about that in just a second.
We have to
take
go
a break, but I want to hear all about this, so we'll be right back.
You definitely have to come back and talk about the movie. Oh, you do not not want to miss the show. Tomorrow we have Randall Park. You know him from Fresh Off the Boat, WandaVision, and Blue Eyes Samurai. He is going to be here to discuss his Emmy-nominated series, and we cannot wait to have him as our +1. But we also have our poll results for you, and 38% of you said Venus and Serena. However, I am hearing that we do have a new addition to the mix with the poll. Ronda Rousey has entered the ring.
Don't add me to the poll. No, but I want Venus Serena win. I don't think it's going to happen.
We have declared a winner, actually. Thank you for your votes, but we have declared Ronda the winner for this one for today.
I'm only bronze. I can't.
You can carry that torch.
Yeah, you can. How exciting. It'll be here before you know it.
It really will. I can't wait.
Okay, so now for a kicker story. The men's basketball final between the U.S. and France was the ticket to have at the end of the Olympics. It brought the stars out, including a gold medal winner from the track, who brought a unique style to the game. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, right? Sha'Carri Richardson won a gold and silver on the track, but now we want to know, did she win with this outfit? Her corset is made out of Nuke dunks and sneakers. Nice
Nike
kicks.
Wow.
Look at that.
Wow.
OMG.
Nike dunks. Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
Posting this on X, you can see the different sneakers that were used. Okay, what do we
you
think
wear
of
that, Rhonda?
Yeah, well, I mean, not right now.
Not right now. I feel like there's no slouching in that. Like,
Right.
It's really a posture, like upright
You
posture.
really
Yeah. I'm really into the slouch these days.
Yeah.
As you should be.
That's so funny.
Yes. Ronda Rousey, thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
For being our +1.
And sharing your graphic novel. Where
Yep.
can everyone get it?
Well, right now we're having a Kickstarter for it, so it's still being written. We're actually doing great. We're already past double our goal.
Yes.
But we're making a lot of like Kickstarter exclusive editions that you can. It's on my bio of my Instagram if you want to check it out. I don't know if we have like a link anywhere or anything, but yeah, it's like my rookie card for graphic novels. So my rookie card for MMA is worth like $10,000 now. So like you should get on the boat early and get this graphic novel because hopefully it's the first of many.
It's an investment.
Yes, it is. It's an investment in your future, and it will be great. I really think you'll love it.
Thank
So
you.
great. Thank you so much for being here. +1.
Woo.
All right.
Come back.
Thank
You know
for
you have to
joining
come back.
us. See you tomorrow. Expecting the unexpected.